All right, so this is our third part of the video for the solving equations, and this is solving absolute value equations, video 1C. The definition of absolute value is the distance away from zero when looking on a number line. So if I ask you what the absolute value of 5 is, and again, you'll see those bars, the absolute value of 5 is either -5 or +5. Because when we think of a number line, we see, here's my 0, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, here's -5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, here's +5, okay? So if I'm asking which two values are 5 places away from 0 on a number line, well, then I'm going to see that either a -5 is or a +5. Those are both 5 places, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 away from 0, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 away from 0 on a number line, okay? So let's make sure we remember that concept, because in solving equations, the concept still remains. All right, so when solving absolute value equations, we have to separate this into two equations for the variable, because remember, absolute value right here is either a positive or a negative. So when we do this, we're going to take it out of the absolute value bars, and we're going to say x plus 4 equals 6, or x plus 4 equals -6, because I don't know which side of that it's on. Then I'm going to solve it exactly like I've solved. Same rules apply for solving equations once we separate. So I'm going to subtract 4, draw that bar if you need it, and I'm going to be left with x equals 2, and I'm going to subtract 4, and x is equal to -10. Okay, well now we have a situation. If you notice, this absolute value right here is set equal to a -2. Here's the rule. Never, anytime an absolute value equation ends up being equal to a negative number, you cannot do it. So this one goes, nope, no solution. This is not possible. You cannot solve this equation because absolute value never equals a negative. Absolute value is the distance away from 0 on a number line, which means it is always a positive number because we never calculate distance in negatives. We always calculate distance in positives. All right. Now, you might have initially said, okay, it's set equal to a negative, so I can't do it, so I'm done. However, there's more going on with this problem right now that I can't specify that. I need to get rid of this guy on the outside because I can't distribute him because I can't distribute through an absolute value. So I need to get rid of him first before I can determine that. Well, just like before, if I have something sitting on the outside of anything, that means I'm currently multiplying. So I'm going to divide both sides by -3. All right, there's my bar. So now I'm left with my absolute value of x plus 4. And yes, I always do them crazy on the video so that they're obvious. -6 divided by -3 is simply a +2. Now you see, we are actually set equal to a positive, so it is not the case that I thought it was, which is why you've got to do the order before you can make that answer. So I'm going to separate it into two problems. X plus 4 is equal to 2, and x plus 4 is equal to -2, because again, I don't know if what's inside the absolute value is representing a +2 or a -2. So then, exactly like we've done the problems before, and sometimes I like to do those all at the same time, and I'm left with x is equal to -2, and x is equal to -6. So this will give you good practice on your negatives. Joy is you can always plug it back into the original equation to check if you wanted to see if that indeed worked out. All right.